personal liberty and be master of your pocketbook and say, I spend the dollars I desire. I have spent so much. This is a second bad expression. Have you spent or exchanged that which represented value for something of value which it stood for? You bought a suit of clothes, $20 exchanged for clothes. In taking on account a stock, you only changed $20 from cash account to assets. Your account balance is the same. Investment. Another way to look at money expended is as an investment. $50 invested in mining stock and you look for dividends. So invest every dollar that passes out of your hands. It is an investment in education, in health and experience. Feel thus toward the dollar as they go, and then your mental attitude will be so clear that you will see opportunities for other investments that will bring sure dividends. Regret, sorrow, fears, remorse, and all such attitudes of mind so cloud the judgment that other effects similar to these regretted will follow. Happy, peaceful, contented, trustful, self-respectful mental states keep the reason. Conscious in judgment, clear and proper investment will be made under them. Always see a dividend coming in from every dollar that goes from your purse. The greatest of all dividends is experience, for it is ever afterward a mental asset that increases the value of every decision. I've lost so much. This is the third bad expression, is akin to the spending idea, but worse. Away with it. The lesson learned is worth at all cost. Nature always gives measure for measure. So much experience for future guidance is always adequate recompense. All one gets out of life is a result of experience. Experience is the expression of life, the pressing out of life into consciousness. All our present consciousness is a result of experience. The present is but adding, through experience, to the sum total of our consciousness. So is it true that we act with all our past and think in the present. For this reason, no one has any cause to regret or repent or to be sorry for any experience. One is today in consciousness all that he has expressed of the infinite possibilities of the soul. Let him say, I have always expressed as my reason, my desire and my will have determined. I have learned by experience what expressions bring happiness and what misery. According to my power to choose, to decide and to persist, have I used the experience. Because of my use of dollars, I learn how to use them if I am wise. If I do not learn, then the want which I allow myself to feel for the dollar will be the cause of more suffering. Once one has mastered that want by realizing the principles set down in his book, he will feel no sorrow over lost dollars, for he will know that the dollar spent, or the dollar others call lost, is his as experience forever. End of chapter. Chapter 6, Financial Freedom. Financial freedom is a real desire which actuates men in their labors for the dollar. That freedom will never come as long as one puts in the dollar any power to add to, or to detract from his happiness, until he realizes that it is his attitude towards the use of the dollar that will bring satisfaction. There will always be the cry of want. Affirmations. I therefore recommend that the following affirmations be used till the mental attitude they express becomes habitual. I desire a deep consciousness of financial freedom. I desire that a flow of prosperity become equalized. I desire a greater consciousness of my power to attract the dollar. I desire a constant success in my business. When you have used these until you are conscious of a definiteness in your desire, you may use the following. I have a deeper consciousness of financial freedom. I am financially free. Dollars want me. The indwelling power cares for my purse. I have whatever I desire. I have no question of expenditure. What I feel I need, that I purchase. I can afford to use dollars for my happiness. I have clothes, food, books, entertainment, and whatever I need for health, happiness, friendship, and service to others. Here is another which may be developed with the assistance of a friend for myself in time of my own weakness. I must always say to myself, I am financially free. I must see it that the two men, the material and the spiritual, that I am, shall blend to the purpose of financial success. I see myself in such a financial condition that the money is always there, actually, vividly there, to use freely and in fullness. I always have a good bank account. I actually see it. My one idea of the law is to use, and use. I insist most rigidly upon using my law most persistently until I have my full demonstration. I have strength of character, stamina, backbone, powerful purpose in accomplishing. I demonstrate that I'll have my home, funds for business, for recreation, and for any improvements in myself. I affirm real emancipation. Real freedom, to make the very best in my life. End of chapter. Chapter 7, An Editor's Opinion. O. Hashnu Hara, editor of Wings on Truth, London, in the April 1903 number of that journalism, has this to say of the law of opulence. The February issue of Now contained an article on opulence. I have read a good many articles on opulence. Some have impressed me, some fell flat as a pancake. This one did not. First of all, it's placed all my former theories in a wrong light. My idea was to say I want. It is quite true that when I did this, I generally got what I wanted sooner or later. But if H.B. says that you must not say I want, in effect, he says you must affirm, I do not want dollars, dollars want me. H.B. is right. A very little consideration will show this is right, but consideration wasn't enough for me. I put it to the test. The first 5 days, my receipts fell almost to zero, but I was determined to hang on. I felt it was right, that the drop in my business was due to the readjustment of the vibrations. For long experience has taught me that you cannot turn around from one method of thought to another very suddenly without disturbing the currents, and these have to get readjusted to the new rate of vibration before you can work them. The 6th day, my patience was amply rewarded. For every one order that I had been in the habit of receiving, I got 20, and it has kept up ever since. The honey pot. Now, I never weaken my position by affirming that I want anything. I say it wants me, and I know it will come. It is not any use making a statement. Of course, if you doubt it, you must back up your statement with faith and feel it is already yours. It is rather on the principle of the honey pot and the swarm of summer flies. You are the pot of honey. The dollars are the flies. Now the honey doesn't worry about the flies. It is content to be sweet, to give off a faint, sweet smell and to stick. But the flies do want. They come from all quarters. They swarm into it, sip its sweetness, and buzz all around. The honey is a power, irresistible power so far as flies go. They want. It is a greater center of attraction. Now say you run some particular line of business. You are the honey. In the world there are many people who want what you have to give them, who will gladly pay cash for it, who cannot help being attracted to your honey, as the flies might be. Thought is power. Your thought is strong and potent beyond measure, but when you assume the wanting attitude, although you do most certainly attract, it is nothing like the powerful attraction formed by your quiet, confident attitude of absolute conviction that the thing wants you. The attitude of desire is strong, but the attitude of certainty of possession, which this new thought makes possible, is wonderful, and a veritable tower of strength. It has made things possible to me that were quite out of the question before. End of chapter. End of book.